Why are we where we are? Why are we what we are? Why do we do things the way we do things? What makes us be and behave the way we behave? Let's try to analyze this very shortly. Put in a very simple way, we are the result of our education, and more than our education, it's about our culture, social culture, family. The family has a very powerful power impact on our behavior, the way we have been raised. National, it's obvious that whether we were born in England or in Spain or in America or in Japan, we will be different because the social life is very, very different. The national life is very different. Religion is also very powerful because according to our religion and whatever our religion, it gives the rhythm to our life. Christmas is a holiday for everybody. Christmas is a religious holiday. The same for Easter and for so many others. And whether we believe or not, religion has a very strong, very powerful presence in our life. Why don't we work Sunday? Because Sunday is the day of God, and we're supposed to respect and worship and whatever. Okay, so again, whether you believe or not, religion has a very strong impact on our being. And environmental, whether you live in an island or in a mountain, in the north or in a warm and sunny country, will behave differently. In the north, it's cold, people live inside, so they will be pretty warm-hearted rather, and more close, more sincere, if we can say, deeper anyway. When you live in a warm country, you live outside, you meet plenty of people, it's much lighter attitude. It's just different, okay, without any judgment, of course, because there is no such thing as bad or good, but it has a very big impact on our life. So there is still one point that will meet every single culture. Okay, we work lifelong. Studies, work, retirement, and well, we reach the end. So we've spent our life working. But let's analyze, because it's very important to understand that human being is born to be free, to be independent. It's only the evolution of the world that has created new paradigm, the necessity of having society rules in order to respect people with whom we live with. Of course, the time of prehistoric man is gone. Okay, so until the middle of the 19th century, okay, well, we were born for some 3-4 years being in what I call the baby state, where you learn how to live, how to walk, how to speak, how to cope with your environment. Okay, then you have a certain time until the age of 9-10 where you kind of live your life, little wild kids, okay? And then at the age of roughly 10, everybody started working because there was nothing else, okay? And one day, well, first, until that period, everybody was absolutely independent. Well, the butcher, the painter, whoever, okay, the baker, everybody was independent. Employee was very few employees. Employment was limited, so everybody was independent. Then the Industrial Revolution arrived, and they invented employment. One big, huge factory and a lot of employees. So people didn't have to worry for their future. They didn't have to worry to create an income. They just had to go to work, whether there was work or no work, they had a salary, and that was it. Factory, the government, became our lifelong daddy. So that was the new norm, employment. But if you think of it, it's only about 150 years that this paradigm, this norm came into life, into reality. It's not our nature. The big problem is that we have completely lost the comprehension of what taking care of our life means. We all say, hey, well, the government has to pay, well, there's social security, well, there are health insurance, but we don't take care of our life anymore. It has kind of taken a part of our brain, a part of our capacities out of us. And we became kind of handicapped in front of this taking charge of our life. So now it is supposed to be the norm, the way things are supposed to be. But who said so? Who said so? A part of the habits that we have taken. Who said so? A part of this kind of second zone comfort in which we tend to live, we tend to remain. But we must realize that today we are going through a radical change, which is even more radical than what the Industrial Revolution has brought to us. And today, employment is not the norm anymore, not in any way. Well, look at all the businesses in the world. They all fire people. Now, does it mean that there is no more work? No. Well, maybe there is a little less work, okay? But there is still plenty of work. The thing is that the big businesses, the employers don't want employees anymore. They don't want to take in charge of those people anymore because it costs too much. The risk is too big. Because there is no regular steady work in the same way, because the margins are different, because the needs for investments are much higher. So now all businesses want their suppliers to be independent. Now, it's quite a few years already that we were talking about working from home, some in the office, some from home, and more people are saving on commuting because they work from home. But even this, okay, was not enough. And now all enterprises want independent suppliers. Okay, and on top of that, they try to sell us more and more leisure, vacation, travel, luxury. Hey, you need money for that, and you need time. Time and money. And this does not go together with employment. So now there's a new norm, a new paradigm. And this new paradigm, if you are open-minded enough, if you just open your eyes, you will see that more and more people working independently manage their schedule. And they have in their hand kind of a cursor on when do you work, when don't you work. And you're going to work for some time, then go on vacation, go around the world, do something else, slow down, live your life, live your passion, do whatever you want to do during your life. This is the real life now. This is what they're trying to sell us. And thanks to computing, all the new IT technologies, it's something which is very possible. Yes, we have to adapt. Yes, it changes very fast. But you have this cursor in your hand if you decide to take it, if you decide to use it in order to live your life, your passion, not only when you are at the end of the rope. Now, this new norm, I call it collective independence. Yeah, I know collective and independence doesn't really go together, but yes, it does. It does today. Independence because you are free. You have the freedom to make your own choices. You have the freedom to decide what you do when you do it. You can do several things today, several businesses, several activities. You can mix leisure and activity. And it's collective because there is collaboration more than ever. In the traditional world, in the traditional business, you keep your secrets. You don't share because you want to grab a bigger part of the market. Now, today, it's teamwork. It's sharing the information. And as Zig Ziglar said, the more you help people obtaining what they want, the more success you will have. So today, in this new world, help people being successful, and you will be successful more than ever. It's a totally new paradigm. It's a complete change of mentality, a complete change in our world. It's a new way of redistributing the richness, the wealth. It's all about solidarity, but in the way of capitalism. It's the best of the socialist philosophy, not talking politics here, and the capitalism philosophy again, altogether independent, free, and teamwork, group work, sharing. But who will survive? The best? The more intelligent? The fastest? Who has the most diploma? Well, probably none of those. But the one who can foresee the changes and adapt to those changes, the faster and the smarter. Are you among those? Now, let's see this 21st century game. Let's take an example. There is a humanitarian organization. Say they need 50,000, whatever the number, or 500,000 euro to help fight hunger. Let's take the example of Africa, because with all those wars, it's a major problem over there. Would you be ready to help with, say, $50 or euro, whatever, or $100? Yeah, good. Most people are. Now, how many people do you need who will give 50 euro in order to raise those 50,000 euro? 1,000, right? Now, can you find 1,000 people yourself? Say, to help your friend who is the president of this organization? No. So what are you going to do? You're going to ask your own friends. They will ask their own friends. They will ask people. Because we care. Because information brings this news in front of us very fast. Information technology is going fast. Now, this is exactly what social networking is, what networks are. It's all about relationship, who you know, how many people you know, how many people are you in contact with. Now, whatever you call them, Facebooks and all the likes, and God knows if there are many similar social networks today. Okay, this is what it is, talking to people to help. Now, you know, if you call for help to all your friends and you have 3 or 4 who are going to say, hey, here I am, and they will do the same, and 3 or 4 say who I am. Well, when you've been talking to 5 or 6, call it generation of friends, well, you have raised more than 50,000 euro. Much more if only 3 are joining, are accepting to help, are ready to give, because it's a shame to waste a human mind and a human life. Now, we do it. But what did you gain yourself, a part of some pride of having your own good conscience? I've done good to the world. I'm happy. I feel well. But what did you gain for your life? Nothing. Let's take another example. Maybe you don't play Lotto and all the rest, or euro millions or whatever, but you know that millions of people are playing, are addicts of playing regularly every week. They hope for some luck. Now, how many of them are playing in group? Small groups, large groups? More and more, because the more people come together, put their money together, and the more options of game, the more combinations you can play, you can bet, then you increase your odds of winning. Right? Now, what do? They call on friends. They call on colleagues, the neighbors. Hey, don't you want to play lotto with us? We all put 50 euro every month. So we increase our odds and then we share when we win. That's what they do. Now, what do they gain? How many did earn? Well, of course, not many, because it's only one chance out of 33 million, at least that's in Europe, to earn the big prize. 1 out of 8 million to have 5 numbers. Below, we don't even consider because it will hardly refund your ticket. Well, there's hope. Hope to have the big one, maybe one day, next week. But in reality, you only end up with less money. Now let's imagine another game, right? Now, it will be just like with the lotto. We'll subscribe for 50 euro or 100 euro a month, but only for 5 or 6 months. Not lifelong like lotto. Now, the same as playing group lotto, in our game you will have to pay for your tickets every single month. Now, the same then with the group lotto, you will have to find some partners to play with you and put up their quote, their participation in order to have more combination. Now, unlike playing lotto, in our game you will receive more than just a ticket. They will give you some services, some products, real products that are always among the best you can find. Now, also, unlike playing lotto, in our game you will only have to pay your tickets for 5 or 6 months if you follow the rule, like in any games. And don't worry, we know the rules. They're very simple. Now, you know what? After 5, 6 months, depends on you, depends on the game you're playing, but your tickets will be auto-financed for life. You won't have to put money out of your pocket. It's nice because if you see putting $50 or euro a month, that's 600 a year after year, hoping for your good luck to come. Now, the good thing is, even though you won't have to pay for your tickets anymore, you will still receive your products or your services. And then, after, say, 12 months, roughly, it depends on the rules of the specific game you will join, hey, you will get a winning ticket. You will get the big prize, almost guaranteed. Of course, if you follow the rules. Will it be 10, 15, 20, 25, $30,000 for that given month? And again, and again, and again, month after month. Hey, ain't it a good game? It doesn't stop there. Because if you keep playing, your potential will keep increasing. Your return, your winning tickets will keep increasing until really giving you financial freedom. Hey, you want to play with me? Well, that's network marketing. It's as simple as that. That's network marketing. Want to call it multi-level marketing? Want to call it relationship marketing? Call it the way you want. That's network marketing. And you have real products. You don't want to use them? Give them away. You don't want to use them? Resell them. Want to throw them like your lotto ticket? Throw them. Would be stupid, but you're allowed to. Now let's recap a bit. Giving, people do it. People tell people who tell people who tell people. No problem. For good conscience, there's nothing really you have to give out of yourself. Give some money, people give. There is no personal benefit, just some self-pride, which will be forgotten anyway very soon. People do it. Now, for hoping for luck to come, people do it. Play, game, casino, lotto, whatever. For good fortune, good luck, people do it. But when it comes to taking care of your family, when it comes to working or doing things for your future with certain results, guaranteed results, people find all kinds of excuses. Is that really coherent? Let's recap again. Humanitarian versus group lotto versus the 21st century game. Humanitarian, you give one time, you get nothing for yourself, you do it. Playing group lotto, you hope for your good fortune, you pay month after month, you get nothing for it but some excitement, almost not a chance to win. And the 21st century game, almost guaranteed to succeed. You only pay for a few months, then it's all auto-financed. You eventually get real products and services with their benefits if you decide to use the products and all the services. You have yourself better means of living, and you can eventually reach financial freedom. Is there one good reason to not do it? One good reason not to do it. And that's where we have a real paradox. Human paradox. Mankind paradox. Why the hell do we have a brain, consciousness, to live this paradox? We don't have patience working 3 years part-time, playing 3 years part-time to secure our future, but we have enough patience to work 45 years and reach the end generally empty pockets. Well, I'd like you to think just a minute. Before the Industrial Revolution, we were independent. Then employment came. Don't you think that we have been brainwashed? And this is why it's so hard to get in action now, because the only reason why there is this paradox is because we are unable to take our future in hand, to take control of our future. So yes, we'll never say it enough. If you want to obtain things you've never had, you will have to do things you have never done before. You need to adapt to the changes, to open your mind and adapt to the changes. The world is changing. Every single government is bankrupt, and it just cannot keep going like that. So you have two choices today. You change now or never. Because it's not when you have lost your home, it's not when you are sleeping out or in your car that you will have the power, the guts to change and to finally take charge of your life. And this is so powerful. Archimedes said, give me a lever and I'll lift the world. If 6 friends join you, and each have 6 friends joining them, who have 6 friends joining them, after 13 generations, this means 12 billion people. Hey, do you realize we are only 7 billion people in the world? And the world is too small. Oh, that's only 6 people. So you see, you don't need to find 6 people. You don't have to have 6 friends joining you in this game. Just 2 or 3 can make your fortune. And again, why doesn't it happen? If not because we've been brainwashed by this proposed and supposed comfort of employment. Now it's time to wake up. It's time to find your dream. It's time to decide if yes or no you will survive this major revolution that is going to happen. Now, doesn't matter what you want to do of your life. Is it about freedom, just living your life, whatever the level? Is it about luxury? Is it about gifting, about humanitarian? Find your dream. It's yours. It's not just about money. It's about living. It's about fulfill your life. It's about doing what you want to do, not what they tell you to do, and take charge of your life.